So let's have a nice chat here, have some fun. I'm actually enjoying some dinner here. I have discovered great value at the Target store. They have a lot of good favorable prices on burritos, wraps, and even beans and everything. Everything is exciting, well, for one reason or another. But let's get into it. So there's a lot that I've been thinking about. I've been heavily analyzing, and you can look, I believe, my history. Actually, no, my go to my playlists. Go to my intellectual playlist and my marriage playlist to check out some of the stuff I've been recently looking at. I it's stuff to do with creating healthy relationships, and more and more it's leaning to in terms of marriage, and more people are realizing not to give their time to random people and really seek out true love and fullness in people and encourage that instead of kind of half-heartedly coping with one another and treating each other like a drug that you would use to try to escape, but rather instead that you treat someone like you're not trying to use them for pleasure, but you're trying to please them because you care about them. So that's what I'm noticing people are leaning towards, and they're also leaning towards the more masculine man. So that means a man who can make a comfortable place, for women, a comfortable space. And the crazy thing is how difficult life actually is. Like, for example, all the complications that can arise during pregnancies or accidents. I'll give you a revelation. I've always had the understanding that, yeah, the easy solution for pregnancies is just have all women have C-sections, but for starters, that there's just because then they won't have any pain and it won't damage their private region. And the reality is that they it the C-section, it it's like cutting open a person and their their even their abdominal muscles. They have to cut through them, and so it's just stuff that we should familiarize ourselves with these things. This is part of using the human form, and also it's about maximizing it. Like what can we do? How long are we at least shooting to live? Are we shooting to live in this body indefinitely? It makes sense to at least try, and a lot of times, people have who don't have that goal. They'll go into unsustainable activities, like activities where they're just based upon lust, and they kind of burn out their energies, and they give all their energies to perhaps a man or woman they don't care about, and that stress and that hype, that dopamine, seeking a person just because of their body. It's the same thing as it's like the same energy as consuming coffee or even harder drugs or substances. These burn our nervous system out. That worry, that sexual tension of hoping or wishing or wanting someone to like you. So it's living for your future life partner, your spouse, living for them, and that is become a core theme in my philosophy, my website, shieldheart.org. And if you bear with me for a second, I'm going to open up my laptop so I can look at some notes. I'm going to scan through, see what we got going on. And yeah, I'm excited about the possibility of, because we are who we are, we are pure consciousness. Like, we should be able to play around and work around with life. We should be able to work around with these bodies and then find something incredible. Find a way to. Oh, and by the way, here's an interesting thing: is to further confirm that we have been modified. Some DNA has been taken out. There are most animals that are similar to us, right? They have 48 chromosomes, but guess what? We only have 46. So that should tell you a lot right there. But let's see. So, and even like a vasectomy can be botched. So we need to be conscious of these things and find out ways to live life in a way that minimizes suffering, right? So that includes, I would say, starting off with, if people are planning to have children in their life, the man should prepare for it financially. And what's the point of being with the woman prior to that? That only takes more of his time. See, people don't realize, talking to a potential woman, even if you get married, and it's all wholesome and loving, and it's all, no premarital intimacy, it's all true love. Even if you do that, then the guy is spending more time with the woman instead of working. And if the goal is to start off with at least having a basic emergency, fund and base level of financial stability before having a child, then to me it makes more sense that women in general stay kind of with their family and their parents, and like live with them, because women need that extra layer of protection, especially men's protection, because men are stronger and can think more logically and help women go through their emotional states, that their hormones, and this is all stuff that society and feminism might be trying to push aside, like that it's not important, that a woman's most amazing, and most difficult job, even more difficult than men's jobs, is to have a child, and if possible, and if she wants it, and raise the child. And women do like to do that. They do like to be, like teachers of younger kids and everything. But here's the thing. So it's useful to really think about what. All right. So also there's this whole discussion about the downsides of pornography and masturbation. First of all, there's a lot of pornography that doesn't involve premarital intimacy. It involves either people who are married and in love or solo performers. I think it's fun to look at women wherever you are and then find a nude version of them somewhere on the internet to fantasize about. And a lot of the red pill manosphere, become your best self, are discouraging masturbation, but that to me, in my experience, is it's like the healthy version of an escape. Instead of alcohol and drug consumption, it's like a healthy function that the body does. And also, if you don't use it, you lose it. You need to be massaging and activating every aspect of your body, like everything from, just see what I'm doing here, I'm like squeezing and wringing my, kneading my muscles, and just everything, just, all this stuff you got to do. There's a jaw exercise that you can bite on, and you can get the blood flow going to the face, and just all of that. That's the real way of healing. Going to the gym, I like to do 30 minutes on the stationary bike, and I'm going hard, I'm sweating generously at the end of it. And then I do a sauna for 10 minutes. Like, all this stuff is the proper route to healing, and just staying healthy, and living longer, and instead of all these superficial or temporary or solutions, quote unquote. And so, they say that that men, instead of masturbating, they should be finding hey, what's up, AC? Aloha. They say that, AC, any topics for discussion, you feel free to pose them. I'm currently going through a little update discussing the quote unquote NoFap position regarding that a lot of men's channels will come up with this NoFap idea, and my feeling is that they say that it's not healthy to masturbate, but masturbation, it allows you to manage your desires. I just have darker eyes, or maybe it's the lighting. And also, yeah, I've realized that me and Mr. G just don't see we don't have the same goals, and that's a very healthy way to identify oneself. Like, people say, oh, better or lesser, but no, I just see things in terms of, do we have the same goals? Like, is his goal marriage? Nice one, AC. Is his goal marriage? From what I can see, the answer is no. So instead of saying that, oh, he's a good or a bad guy, or I think he's smart or not smart, or what have you, it's all about goals, and it's about aligning with people who have the same goals as yours. And that's where the idea of the life partner comes in. It's somebody who you'd have a lot of common interest with, and so let's see, where do I go with this? Okay, so the bottom line is, so in terms of showing off one's body, I think it makes sense, but it only makes sense good one, AC. Pornography, and also especially stripper dancers, it only makes sense if they're married, because they will be performing the art of showing off their body, but there won't be that sexual tension of the viewers thinking, well, maybe they'll be interested in me, or the dancer thinking, oh, hopefully somebody will like me. It'll be this more kind of like, hell yeah, this person's married, and kind of like I see it in a lot of cultures, see it where the woman should cover up or hide more when she's married, but I think when the woman is out, I think single women should cover up more, but married women should dress sexy when they're out with their husbands and and so I have like I have a whole lot of ideas that I want to expound upon. Let's see here. Recent new ideas. I'm going to be releasing a breakdown of a lot of different videos, but people can see a preview of some of those videos and do their own research if they look at my intellectual playlist and my marriage playlist I have on YouTube. And if you're, on the same path of trying to figure things out. Let's see. So AC, what's your relationship status or interest, if I may? Maybe I can help relate this to you and then to perhaps a bigger audience if you and I can actually have a back and forth here in all seriousness. And I do appreciate the humor, believe me. So here's a point. Okay, so men are kind of penocentric in that they're more focused on their PPS instead of women's VVS, and I think it's because it's because men have this kind of excitement for pleasure, and so they want more stimulation, they want bigger, and they want more intensity with the woman. But for me, I approach life with the desire to have a sense of zen. And so for me, the best way to find that is, instead of focusing on the PPS or like women's breasts, I focus on the woman's vagina. And to me, that is like a flower, and it's like to be worshipped and to like connect with, connect your soul and your third eye, your pineal gland, your kind of spiritual connection to your wife's womb. And obviously with oral sex you're getting close to that, but it's just this kind of worship and massaging one's wife, and just it's like making the culture about that instead of about trying to be bigger is better. In fact, I think that having larger PPS or BBS breasts, what it does is it's a distraction from that goal of celebrating the woman and her body and her flower. And so there's a lot, and especially part of the problem is that young men and young women are kind of they're corralled together in co-ed schooling, and I don't think that is efficient. I think separate schooling will allow, and especially where the teachers are men for the younger guys, and the female teachers teach the girls, and I like to call them young women. I don't think the term girl applies to anyone who's post-pubertal, or boy to a man who's post-pubertal, because we have to make people accountable. And the reality is people don't take accountability unless they're treated like adults, and unless they admit that, yes, we have these sexual desires. However, we don't want to act on them, and so we're going to be conscious of them rather than having to put ourselves in environments. Remember, where you put yourself is powerful. The environments are powerful. So you want to put yourself away from women and so you can celebrate them from a healthy distance. I mean, me, even when I'm married, I don't want, like, I think that when men are around women too much, women kind of see, women is the natural magnet for men's attention, energy, focus, and money, and that's not a bad thing. It's biological. It makes sense. But even when I'm around my wife, I do want to have intimacy in the bedroom, but then I want to sleep in a separate bedroom, because I think what happens is men's energy just constantly goes to the woman, and I think that when men are around women like too much, they the woman's hormones like makes them have less testosterone and stuff, and there's been evidence to indicate this, and I think a lot of men would align with what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is the pussy experience, right? Nothing is substitute of it. People should see things it's easy to look at someone and say, oh, they seem attractive, but it's important to see things in biological terms. Would that person be strong and able to carry a child? Would that man be able to provide financial security? Best solution. Okay, so here's my proposal, and I'm actually preparing to do a TEDx talk about this. So it's basically preparing for a great marriage, right? I'm trying to help people to do self-discovery, so they learn who they are, and that leads to self-love, and then you're going to be much more selective about who you give your time and energy to. So what I'm saying is, okay, let me read this. The best solution for a socially just world is to determine what the root cause, that once it's resolved, will be the single best improvement in societal trust. And when people get ready for a great marriage, they discover themselves, like I said, leads to love, self-love, and then they start living for their spouse. And this makes people not want to seduce other people. Instead, it makes them want to stay within the boundaries of loving commitment to somebody, and because they have the same values. And basically, when people are not trying to seduce each other, and they're not trying to compete and everything constantly, and there's not this ongoing sexual tension, people can learn to trust each other. And I think people have proposed that there's these things like COVID or social media or just the complications of the current world, where there's so many options, and it's easy for people to secretly be intimate in a lustful way. They're thinking that all these are are the problems, are the root issues, but really I think the root issue is people not loving themselves. And when you're truly in the vibration of love, you don't want to lower to the vibration of trying to seduce somebody, and then instead of preparing for marriage. So like, it's simple. It's simple as worshiping the pussy. And when you start doing that, you want a woman who you would want to do that with, and that obviously you'd want her to be clean. But it wouldn't be about, even if she had previous partners, it wouldn't be about who is the most attractive partner, which partner did she like the sex more, or anything like that. It would just be about you worshiping her Vivi. And that to me makes more sense than what other people have come up with in terms of how do you create a loving marriage. So what else? And here's another thing, is that people say that women want the biggest size PPS. You know, the reality is women should already be familiar with themselves. They should use sex toys, dildos, and they should know what they want, and it shouldn't matter what type of guy they're with. And obviously, people. I'm not saying people shouldn't choose what kind of body type and what type of attributes of their genitals or whatever that people should like. I'm saying that, yeah, they should, but the reality is that you don't want to get attached to many different people. You want to just have, and women should all be clean virgins, quote unquote. I think men would agree on that's preferred. And it's only until men insist upon that we'll have a more stable world. But how do we create that? It has to be a bit of separation. There has to be, young men and women can't be forced into schools together. And in a school system that promotes premarital intimacy. Think about it, like proms and classes and just being in proximity. So let's see, and people might argue that, well, people's sexual activity is a private matter. Well, guess what? It's a public issue, because if they have a child, it becomes a burden on the whole society, especially considering that children to single parent or fatherless households are the ones who are suffering a lot. And I think that's because even though women may have good intentions, they kind of, they're women. They don't want to. It's unlikely that they're going to raise their boy children, their male children, to be like masculine men. They probably have a resentment towards men because of men that whoever their father was didn't make for a good life for them. For whatever reason, they're divorced or separated. So another thing I'd like to request is that people at least try to not label someone as their father and mother. To me, that's a foundational feature of the individual sovereign, the person who is in control of their life and not having problems with other people. What happens is you just experiment with it. Try calling your biological father and mother on as their first name. And especially if you're an adult, you shouldn't be labeling anybody the role of authority in your life. You should, maybe for women it makes more sense, but for men, you have to label yourself your own man. And if you actually care about your father, mother, uncle, etc., then and if you care about them because you have like the same values, religion or spirituality, what have you, if you care about them because of who they are, not just because you think you have a social obligation to be friends with them, connected with them, if you really care about that person as who they are, then you should aim to be their equal, aim to be able to be financially and emotionally strong, not financially and emotionally dependent on them, so that you can be strong for them too and supportive of them. So if you truly love your biological father, mother, uncle, you should be labeling them on a first name basis. You should be seeing them as a brother or sister, and because it's all about the roles that people play. So okay, I'm going to propose that it is. Yeah, pardon the angle, AC. I'm just doing this off the cuff, so I'm just about to, I'm like just forced myself to do this video. Okay, so I think it's cowardly for women and men to say that, oh, it's natural biology for men to want multiple mates, or for women to only want, the strongest, or whatever, most attractive, richest guy that she can find. It's not an excuse. It's as conscious beings, it's strong. It's our strength to transcend these. It's just all about my AC. The technical aspect of this, I'm hoping, isn't the reason you're tuning in. I'm hoping it's because of the conceptual, the content value of what I'm. But you're right. If I made a better setup, and if I was more formalized about it, my audience would probably improve. But this is kind of just a preview to get people going, and then go more towards that. But one thing I do like is the chat. I do enjoy the chat. I think you know that. And a lot of streamers will either not focus on the chat, or they'll just see themselves as superior. And I'm hoping that you see me as being present with you, the whoever's watching me, and I see you as an equal. I'm interested in your input. I want to know what you think about what I'm saying. So, okay, so it's cowardly for people to say that just because of biology they can't focus on one woman. We have to celebrate the culture of the Vivi, the flower, the woman's flower, and we have to protect it. We have to treat it sacredly, both men and women. Okay. Furthermore, people do things to try to impress possible spouses, but you know what? You AC, I know you want me to flex on you, and I'm highly tempted. So if it continues, we're going to strike out in a rhapsody session, if you will. And I'm going to turn the tables. I'm going to reveal who you are, Mr. AC. I'm going to redirect the attention and create it, and show them the narrative of who it is that you are. Because I'm almost done with the philosophy, and then it's time for us to play. You and I are going to have fun. Oh, wow, AC. Woo. All right, here we go. Don't make me spit, man. I'm gonna strike. Dude, this guy's he's jockeying for position. He's jagging it. He's just. You're like a dog, dude. You're like a dog that's just it's already been neutered, but it's still wanting to So in conclusion, everything is about your future wife and her vagina, and that is what you need to celebrate and prepare for, focus on. And instead of trying to get all kinds of fancy cars, make yourself healthy. Make a nice environment for yourself. Make a nice life for your spouse. When you earn money, when you save money, do it for her. You know what I mean? All right, that's it, AC. Don't make me flex. I'm about to blow. We're about to explode here. Like, like a fucking bonobo, bro. Fucking AC over there masturbating in the jungle like a fucking bonobo, dude. I'm about to fucking go. He's like yanking his banana, dude. He's like he's like tugging over there. He's like, that's it, dude. AC wants to. Dude, I can't believe I'm getting this much. This is great. I mean, I'm upset. I'm like mixed emotions. I'm like, should I blast this guy? What should we do? It's like, holy shit. So, the bottom line is feminism and this idea that women's job, there's a better job than being a mother, which is the most important job, and raising children. There's no better job. I mean, it's great that women are nurses and everything that they do, but I'm saying that the best job is mother job. And women should, to prepare to be a good mother, you have to want to, a high value woman. What is that? It's not somebody who's makes a lot of money. It's a man. A high value man is somebody who is financially strong, focused, driven, has a purpose, and women like that. Women want to follow a guy. Age restricted. Yeah, you could call it that. You could call it, it's a job. It is a job being a mother. It's a full-time job, and yeah, I mean, we can look into society. Not everything was wrong with. Ooh, 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 ooh. Come on, AC, work it, dude. I'm about to. Don't make me flex, dude. AC's like. That's it. Okay. Okay. Do I have anything else to say? No, I think we're about to beast on this beast. All right, that's it, dude. AC, really. AOAC trying to strike at me in the chat. You better think twice. I'm gonna make you take a fucking cat nap. All my pages overlap. Everything I write down makes you look like crap. Makes you short-minded, quick-witted, quit whippy jokes. Make you look like all you're doing is taking your dick and you're stroking. But when you should be using your pen and stroking. I drop bombs like commotion. I flow like slow motion, but I get them and I quote it. I'm on the front pages of the newspapers. My entire lifestyle jerking off, but a motherfucker catered. I ain't even gotta buy nothing. I get waiters. I ain't even gotta supply nothing. I ain't even need paper. I just walk in, self-service. All my haters is motherfucking nervous. AC flipping like he flipping birds, bitch. Don't make me hire a magician and drop a curse, bitch. AC talking serious shit. I'm in the chat dropping bombs, fucking looking delirious. He can't comprehend it. He can't interpret it like it's mysterious. Let me get at this session. This straight expression. Coming straight out this rap session. Oh, that's it. I'm dropping pandas on this bitch. Rewrite the remix. Mitch, I'm John Remus on this bitch. They can't even see this shit. It's fucking steaming it. Yeah, that's right. That pussy coming out of it and you believe in it. Dropping heavy shit. Take a crap on these haters like I'm a fucking elephant. Yeah, bitch, AC, I'm your fucking president. And I set the precedent. And this shit is mega bitch. Yeah, AC, take a crap on you. That's called a deficit. Like I'm the government. I control things and I make you into my submissive elf, bitch. Fuck yourself, bitch. Motherfucking left it. And then right it. And then don't put the two fingers and ignite it. And blow up your face from your ass in spite of it. Alright, AC. You better you better be back. Hey, say hi to me. Visit my website and send me an email. I've got my email on there. shieldheart.org. It's been fun. This is good. Hey, yo. They talking high value, let me take you into my entertainment center. Looking like I'm so luxurious and it's so much splendor. Bitch, this is Las Vegas times two. I'm in the Trump Tower, bitch. Welcome to the truth. I'm spitting out it. I'm talking about it. I'm from the top of the shower and I shout it. Yeah, they call me John Remus. Blowing up on these faces like... All right, AC, we're having too much fun, dude. I mean, what the fuck? Where are you, dude? It's like 12:18 in Hawaii. Like, where the hell are you? You must be in Hawaii. You fucking obnoxious brute. All right, good times, good times. Have a good night wherever you are, and hey, contact me. I mean, what? All jokes aside, let's not pretend like life is perfect. What challenges are you facing? You can see some of the challenges I'm facing. I'm trying to put this philosophy together, trying to share the message or at least start a conversation. But I don't want to make it all about me. I want to make it about people who are present with me. And at this moment, you are, Mr. AC. So reach out. My email's on my website, shieldheart.org. Okay, I'm gonna say goodnight. Take care, man. And to everyone else watching, if you feel this was any value, then do something. Either tell somebody else about it so that knowledge is, you get burdened with knowledge. This is all stuff that I feel a weight on me, but when I share it, I get that weight lifted. So thanks for tuning in. Aloha.